Good evening and welcome to News at 7 on Nation News. I am Avantika. Before going into the headlines today, let me begin by wishing all our viewers a very happy Republic Day. And remember, the pandemic is not over yet, so please avoid visiting crowded places and always wear your mask. And now let's get into the main headlines. India celebrates its 72nd Republic Day today with a shortened program at Rajpath in Delhi amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Padma Awards 2021 announced. President Ramnath Kovind has approved the conferment of 119 Padma Awards today. As the nation celebrates its Republic Day, leaders from across the globe extend their greetings to India. Governor Arif Muhammad Khan leads Republic Day celebrations in Kerala, held in the Central Stadium at the capital of the state in Thiruvananthapuram. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched the Union Budget mobile app. The app is for members of the Parliament and the public. Farmers from across India at the Red Fort today to protest against the farm bills. ISL match to be conducted today between Northeast United and ATK Mohan Bagan. CoWIN app was upgraded. Over 20 lakh people received the vaccination till this day. 12,689 people test positive for COVID today. India celebrates its 72nd Republic Day today with a shortened program at Rajpath in Delhi. The program began at 9 a.m. and concluded after the traditional flight past 11:25 a.m. Apart from a reduced list of events, the program also had a shorter route, no chief guest, fewer spectators, no children under 15 in the annual parade, and fewer soldiers in the Army and Navy contingents. Let me cut across Swati to know more about the Republic Day celebrations at the Red Fort today.
Thank you, Avantika. President Ramnath Kovind took salute of the Nash of the parade, displaying India's rich culture, diversity and defence prowess on Rajpath. The national flag was hoisted following the national anthem with a booming 21-gun salute. The parade commenced with President Kovind taking the salute in the presence of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other dignitaries. Rafale fighter jets, India's first acquisition of fighter jets in more than 2 decades, took part in the Republic Day celebrations for the first time today. They flew in a vertical Charlie formation in which aircraft fly in low altitude, pulls up vertically and conducts a roll before stabilizing.
Thank you, Swati. Padma Awards 2021 announced today. President Ramnath Kovind has approved the conferment of 119 Padma Awards today. The list comprises 7 Padma Vibhushan, 10 Padma Bhushan and 102 Padma Shri awards. About 29 of the awardees are women. The list also includes persons from the category of foreigners, NRI, PIO, OCI, 16 posthumous awardees and 1 transgender awardee. We'll be connecting with Nishta to have a clear idea about the Padma awardees.
Thank you, Avantika. So this year, most of the Padma Awards have been given to the unsung heroes. People who are not that popular have been recognized and their contribution to the field of art, science and technology and literature have been dominated. However, people who are well known and who are popular were also mentioned. Some of these names include Sir S.P. Balasubramanian, B.B. Lal in the field of archaeology. The Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe have received the Padma Vibhushan. Sir Tarun Gogoi posthumously, K.S. Chitra in the field of arts have received the Padma Bhushan. Birubal Raba, a human rights activist in Assam, and 2 Bangladeshis, including a 1971 war veteran, Colonel Qazi Zahid, and artist Sanjida Khatun, have received the Padma Shri.
So Nishta, what were the awards and honors given out today other than the Padma Awards?
Yes, Avantika. The Pradhan Mantri Bal Puraskar Awards, the President's Fire Service Medal for Gallantry, and the President's Police Medal for Distinguished Services and several other bravery awards were presented.
Thank you, Nishta. Now we are moving on to a special news report. Nothing is impossible. If we have the will, we will find a way. Not letting his disabilities get the better of him, Rajapan from Kumaragam is a true inspiration for all of us. Let me connect to our reporter Charada for further information.
This is Rajapan from Kumaragam. Although he is paralyzed from the waist down, he does not restrict himself to sitting at home. He is saddened by the fact that his beloved land is turning into a huge garbage dump. When all around him choose to ignore the obvious, Rajapan rents out a boat and goes out daily to clean up others' mess. He also hopes to make his living through this without having to resort to having to ask for help. He roams the lakes of Kumaragam, picking up bottles and plastic bags. He has been doing this for the last 3 years and continues to do so, being an inspiration to everyone.
Governor Arif Mohammed Khan leads Republic Day celebrations in Kerala. The Governor of Kerala, who unfurled the national flag and received salute at the 72nd Republic Day parade at the Central Stadium in Thiruvananthapuram, today said that the nation's battle against the pandemic was almost at the cusp of victory with the nationwide vaccination drive in full swing. We'll be connecting with Shreya to have a clear picture of the Republic Day celebrations in Kerala.
Thank you, Avantika. Earlier today, leading the 72nd Republic Day celebrations in the state, Honorable Governor Sri Arif Mohammed Khan hoisted the national flag and received salute at a parade held at the Central Stadium in Thiruvananthapuram. After hoisting the national flag at 8:30 am, the Governor inspected the Republic Day parade and received the salute of armed forces, unarmed forces, paramilitary forces, police, NCC and Scouts. Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and senior government officials were also present. The parade was led by Parade Commander Squadron Leader Bikram Singh of the Southern Air Command of Air Force. The tricolour was also hoisted in Gram Panchayats, Block Panchayats, government offices, schools and colleges after 8:30 am. The use of national flag made of plastic has been banned in the state.
Shreya, how did Kerala participate in this year's National Republic Day parade?
Yes, Avantika. On this year's Republic Day parade, Kerala tableau featured its relationship with Koya. Kerala featured an eco-friendly biodegradable tableau fabricated in coir, coconut and clay. Major portion of the trailer depicted the heritage of Kerala and showcased boards and water bodies, which is an integral part of the state. As the nation is celebrating Republic Day amid the pandemic, COVID warriors wearing masks were seen on top of the tableau. Thank you.
Thank you, Shreya. The Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launched the Union Budget mobile app before presenting the Union Budget on February 1, 2021. The launch of the mobile application is for members of the Parliament and the public. Thereafter, the budget will be completely paperless. This decision was made in light of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic. Connecting to Angel for further information.
Thank you, Avantika. The Union Budget mobile app has been much awaited by the people since it passed on 23rd March 2020. In an unprecedented measure, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today launched the Union Budget mobile app during the Halwa ceremony. Unlike the past, the voluminous budget documents will not be printed this year following the COVID-19 protocols and will be distributed electronically to the MPs. These documents will be also available for the general public. The budget documents will be available on the mobile app after the completion of the budget speech by the Finance Minister in Parliament on 1st February 2021.
Angel, what are the main features of the Union Budget mobile app?
Yes, Avantika, the app can be downloaded from the Union Budget web portal and it can also be downloaded from Android and iOS platforms. The app will give you access to 14 Union Budget documents, which includes the annual financial statement, commonly known as budget, demand for grants, DG, finance bill, etc. prescribed by the Constitution. The app is bilingual, which provides you the convenience of reading the documents in English and Hindi. For you to read and understand the documents, there are features like search, zoom in and out, bidirectional scrolling, table of contents, external links, etc. For your convenience, you can also print the documents. These are the main features of the app that makes it unique.
Thank you, Angel. Thousands of farmers, mostly from Punjab, Haryana and Western Uttar Pradesh, have been campaigning at several Delhi border points since 26 November last year, demanding a repeal of 3 farm laws. Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Act 2020, the Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance and Farm Services Act 2020 and the Essential Commodities Act 2020. On 11 January, the Supreme Court stayed the implementation of new farm laws till further orders and decided to set up a 4-member committee to resolve the impasse between the centre and the farmers' unions protesting at Delhi borders. Now, Ishan Dev M. Khaimal and Anamika Vinod will be joining us for a talk. Anamika, why are the farmers upset with this bill? Tell us what the reason is behind all this unrest.
Yes. The ongoing agitation in Delhi by farmers and farmers' unions from across India, especially from Punjab and Haryana, seeks to pressure the centre to withdraw these laws. Their main demand is for a statutory minimum support price, and their main objection is to the opening up of agricultural sales and marketing beyond that of regulated APMC mandis which are government approved wholesale markets. The weakening of the established mandi system could further weaken the already floundering system of assured procurement and MSP set by the government. Farmers argue, since only 2 crops, wheat and rice, are procured at MSP by the government, small and marginal farmers tend to get lower prices for their produce compared to the big agriculturalists. Therefore, these changes will affect the small farmers the most because their low output does not allow them any bargaining power.
Thank you, Anamika. Now, coming over to Ishan. Ishan, how do these bills help the farmers? Will these bills increase their incomes?
Okay, about the question. Under the Farm Bill 2020, there are 3 main bills. That is, the Farmers Produce Trade and Commerce Bill, which promotes and facilitates the products produced by the farmers. And this legislation seeks to give the farmers the freedom to sell their products outside the APMC markets, that is the mandis, and which will help them give more number of buyers. And that is one of the benefits. And another benefit is that they will also get better prices for their products. The second bill under this is the Farmers Agreement of Price Assurance and Farm Service Bill 2020. And this gives the freedom to farmers to enter into pre-contract with an agribusiness firm in a pre-agreeable price. And this will give the farmers better input and modern techs into the farming sector. And it will boost both the income and the productivity of the farm and the farmer. Okay. The third bill is an amendment bill, that is the Essential Commodities Bill 2020. And from this essential commodities list, many essential commodities like the cereals, pulses, potatoes, onions have been taken out, and they can only be included in case of a famine or a war in the state. So the advantages of this bill is mainly to seek private investors of FDI into the farming sector, and also this private investing will bring a stability in the prices of the products produced by the farmers. Thank you.
That brings us to the end of our talk, and I thank Ishan and Anamika for joining us here today. Thank you.